Welcome back to Gray Squadron Gaming. We're here with a special episode of Brian Time talking about the new Mandalorians.
Nobody's really going to be interested, I think.
Yeah, there's just a little sub thing
Nobody's
that's
been
happening
excited
for the
about
game.
Mandalorians at all.
So I thought it'd be fun if we just get in here, talk about the new rules for the Mandalorians that dropped recently, go over the cards that we know of and everything with the abilities, talk about some lists we're excited to run, and we'll kind of just keep it open from there. So I have it up right now. We're on AMG's site. If you go to the Battle Forces document, about halfway through, you'll find the Mandalorian clans section because they're a battle force. They're not their own faction,
Right.
but they have lots of like sub battle forces within their battle force, which is really cool. So special rules here in the Mandalorian clan, mercenaries do count towards the minimum number. All units in this army that have the same must have the same affiliation as at least one commander or operative. So in other words, when you're building your corps, which we'll get to, you have to make sure you're putting the card to either give them Clan Ren, Clan Kreese, Clan Saxon, um,
But it's free, so it's not
Children of
really
the
a big
Watch.
deal.
Yeah, you just have to kind of give them something, right? And then during the army building phase, if all of your commanders and operatives are the same affiliation, you get to get these special rules right here. This is what we're going to talk about first. So Children of the Watch. So that's going to be Din, Paz, and Armor. Armor
Hmm.
is your commander
Yep.
in that faction. And then if you all your no-name people, because they have no special forces in this army, so they would all just you equip Children of the Watch. And the reason they don't have any special forces is because they get the ability where they can bring any number of Mandalorian initiates, where every other armies can only have a max of two.
Two.
Initiates are the worst, I'm using quotes here because they're also the cheapest of the Mandalorians, but they're the only ones that can bring the large squad, and they're the cheapest.
Right.
So that is a bonus. Plus, the other little soft perk that they get is any of the unique personal upgrades. You get decreased by five. So if you want to just bring the armor and no other name people, you can bring Din and Paz inside the units as personnel slots for a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Nice perk. I think it's probably the weakest
Of
affiliation bonus of them all.
bonus wise, yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be the weakest, but we're gonna go right to what I think is the strongest one personally. That's Clan Kreese. During the remove token at the end of the phase, you get to choose up to three green tokens in allied units, and they just keep it. So it's like a stronger vigilance. It's not just two dodges on the core, it's just any three units you want that have the Clan Kreese, you just keep the green tokens.
That's pretty solid.
Yes, it's pretty
That's
good.
pretty darn good.
Clan Ren has a very defensive facing one, which I like a lot too. Allied Mandalorian troopers gain Guardian Clan Ren units. Guardian X in this army. Guardian X keywords and other allies can have Guardian X keywords for commander and operatives, and they can still use backups. In other words, you're getting Guardian each other all back and forth, right? Help spread the damage. You can maybe if some like your Clan Ren veterans are getting hit really hard, and Ursa's right there, and she's kind of in the back, no one shot at her. Maybe she wants a Guardian one off there, and then you have another Clan Initiates here. Maybe they can Guardian one off as well. So you can kind of split that fire, kind of stay hunkering. You also have Ursa who can give out surges, which is really nice for the warriors initiates because they don't surge to defense needed.
Yeah.
So that's a nice little perk. So I think they're going to be the more defense minded of the battle forces. I think your Clan Kreese is going to be the more kind of they can play anyway, but they have tactical and stuff, so they'll be very offensive.
Yeah.
And then Saxon, I think, will be the other very offensive one because they have the one when an allied unit defeats an enemy unit. After this effect is resolved, that the allied unit may make a recover action or may make a speed one. So I would say that's probably not the strongest, but not the weakest one, especially if you need to ABS and you kill a unit in melee and you can just speed one move to where you need to go.
Yeah, I think that's gonna play off a lot where you're just out of range of something, but if you kill something, you get that speed one move.
Or
So
recover could be good too
yeah.
if you're pinned down with suppression and stuff.
Yeah, especially, if you have the commander with one of the shields that you can recharge, or
Yeah,
there's some cool stuff you can pull back from that. So
there's some very cool stuff. And then you have this last one, which is like the we call it the generic or customizable one. So this one you can't bring anyone named in this one because all commanders and operatives have to have the affiliation to get in there. So this would be none. So it'd be your customizable leader and your operative, but they haven't revealed all the
right.
rules for you yet. But we know they're coming. So you have choices. You pick two, any of these two cool abilities. You have veterans, Mandalorian warriors can equip the carbine upgrade and reduce the cost by five, so it's free. That's the range three black dice one, so that's really nice.
Pretty handy.
Additionally, you can choose two allied Mandalorian units. They gain Dauntless. That's nice, a little perk as well.
Mm.
Tools of the trade is probably my favorite one of this bunch, I think. You may include one additional copy of the flame projector, jetpack rockets, and whipcord launcher in your army. These additional copies do not count, or copies do not cost points and may be equipped by any Mandalorian trooper unit, ignoring restrictions. But you can still only ever equip them for one of each card. You can't give like one guy two flamethrowers, but
Yeah.
you can give a little bit more of them, and they do not cost points. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Why don't you read the next couple?
So rapid deployment is during setup, you may set aside up to two allied Mandalorian units that are not holding an asset objective token, making the set aside units with marking them with advantage tokens. The first time each set-aside unit would be chosen to activate this game, you may deploy it by putting the unit's leader onto the battlefield not within 2 of all enemy units. If able, then you may put the rest of the unit in cohesion. If you do, that unit is treated as activated and its order token is placed face down. Then the unit loses the advantage token.
So it's like old
Basically,
school
yeah,
infiltrate,
it's old school
but you come out
infiltrate,
activated.
but you come out
But
activated.
if you wait for the end, that could be really nice
It
to
could
kind
be
of you can
a
go way
really
across the
solid
board.
deployment for some of your melee focused people.
Next one's another fun one of mine.
Yeah, this one's gonna be a lot of fun too. Guns for hire. You may include a AA5 speeder truck, a Gav tank, an occupier tank, or a WLO speeder tank in any or in your army. These units change their affiliation to Mandalorian and gain the coordinated Mandalorian warrior and independent Surge 1. So
Solid.
that's super solid. It
Very
makes for
solid.
some fun combos of building.
And then the most interesting one on this list, which I think is probably, I don't want to say it's the worst of these options, but I think it's the least going to be the least taken is Feats of Valor.
Feats of Valor. When an allied unit in this army defeats an enemy unit, after the effect is resolved, the unit gains 1 Valor token. While a unit has 1 or more Valor tokens, it has Dauntless. While a unit has 2 or more Valor tokens, at the start of each of its activations, it gains 1 aim, dodge token, or surge token. While a unit has 3 or more Valor tokens, it has Exemplar. These bonuses are cumulative.
So it's cool, but the odds that one unit's going to get to that three fairly quickly to use to make Exemplar be anything is going to be kind of
Yeah,
hard.
I think it's
So I
going to
think
be
the time
tough.
you get Exemplar, it's going to be the very end of the game. Dauntless could trigger early, which is nice. There's nothing wrong with Dauntless, but I think the veterans just give you two people that automatically.
Yeah,
And then the aim and dodge is also good, but you want to get that pretty early. You don't want to just have a round five aim and dodge. You'd want round three, four, five. So you kind of have to.
right. And
I don't know.
especially when Mandalorians first come out and live, there's going to be a lot of Mandalorians on the field, and I think they're going to be pretty tough to take down.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hard to get those Valor tokens, but it could be interesting. It's going to be very interesting to do your own, build your own armies and build your own Mandalorians and kind of see what you can do with them, especially because we don't know what any of their fun abilities are yet.
Yeah, we don't know their doctrines and stuff yet.
Yeah.
So here's your army building for commanders. It's the ones you think. It's Bo, it's Gar, it's Ursa, it's the armor, and then the generic leader, right?
Yep.
So each clan has its own one. Operative, you have Axe, Din, Paz, Rook, Sabine, and Mandalorian Hunter. And we're going to talk about Sabine. That's probably my favorite one of the operatives.
We're not going to talk about
She's
these.
different than the other Sabine. Don't worry.
And so is um, Gar. He's different too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think we know yet if they're going to replace the other Gar card.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be
We'll see.
Mandalorian Battle Force versus
Yeah.
Mercenary
I
Shadow
know,
Collective
waiting for
style.
clarification on that from AMG. But the
Yeah,
corpse, you get 0 to 2 initiates, and then you can have warriors, right? So you can only have the max 2 initiates unless you're playing Children of the Watch, then you can go wild. Special forces is Clan Kreese, Clan Ren, and then the Super Commandos. So again, Children of the Watch don't have a special forces option if you want to build to stay within that thing. You can mix and match all these, you just wouldn't get those affiliation bonuses
right.
above. So just keep that in mind. And then your unique upgrades are all of them is the persona upgrades. So you don't have to personnel upgrades. So you don't have to worry about that. And there's your rank requirements, and then they give you this just recon army list right there. It's on the side there.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, because looking at other people's unboxings that have posted since I forget the game convention. You
I
can't think of the name of it. The
Yep.
one in the UK that just happened recently. People were getting the boxes and opening them, and they were showing them on camera. There's no insert with the Recon Army that I saw in any of those videos. Our videos for that are waiting for an embargo date, which we told you guys when we first shared the picture. That has not hit yet. Once that hits, you guys will get unboxings and painted minis and all the fun stuff.
it's going to be a
But I
flood
gotta
of
wait. I gotta
Mandalorian
wait
goodness.
until that date hits. We gotta follow the rules, guys. So let's look at some of them. Bo-Katan, arguably, and the community seems to agree at this one large, probably the best commander of the bunch.
Yep.
And there's a few reasons. So first, let's go over a unit card. She is 110 points. She's also Mercenary Rebel and Republic, which the Republic really likes that because they haven't had to play with Mandos yet.
Right.
Jump 2, Death from Above, always good to see. It's map dependent, but if you're building a good map, you should have some height in your map as well if possible. Impervious, which got a buff for the most part. All Pierce 1s do nothing because it just lowers Pierce by 1 now.
Yep.
And now Pierce 2 does only Pierce 1. So it's really just Anakin Vader that you don't want to really hit with the Mandalorian because the Pierce 2 automatically really hurts.
Yeah, there's a couple.
But all that Pierce 1, which there's so much Pierce 1 in the game right now,
Yeah.
whether it's shotguns on cores, whether it's like the build your own Jedis, whether it's, things like Cassian or et cetera, right? Ahsoka, they all only have Pierce 1, are
Right.
now completely ignored.
All the people with lethal.
Yep, Lethal's pretty much dead
garbage.
against that, against Impervious. Then
Right.
you have their keyword, Mandalorians are stronger together. And then Tactical 1. Mandalorians are stronger together is when an allied unit, oh, I lost it. When an allied unit with Mandalorians stronger together spends one or more aim tokens, the effect is resolved. It gains a dodge token if it's within range 2 of another allied unit. When an allied unit within Mandalorian spends a dodge token, they can aim within 2. So it plays off that
Right.
ability that you saw above, which was they get to keep 3 green tokens, or up to 3 green tokens total,
Right.
because they get to kind of make each other make tokens.
Yeah, it's token sharing without the sharing.
Yep. And these words on the card, like Mandalorian Stronger Together, the other ones we're going to go over, you don't have to stay the same affiliation. Only those above for the battle forces
Yeah.
give you those bonuses. So she gets all that, but what arguably makes her the best is her Darksaber. And her dark saber, I gotta actually add her to the army here. Her dark saber is the best, arguably, because it gives you allies convenience and immune pierce, which is good enough. But then you get all allied Malian troopers gain Malian to stronger together. So if you bring in like Din, if you want to break and not do clan crease, you bring in Din or Paz or someone else with her. They now also have Mandalorian stronger together on top of their This Is the Way or whatever else they
Yeah,
have.
that's pretty strong.
Or yeah, anyone. Guard. You can mix and match again. So that's
Right.
very strong for the fact that now she's allies convenience, so she can give orders to the other clan members if you want to mix and match. And she's giving them their ability as well. On top of it's only 10 points. The only Dark Saber I would argue is as good as hers, just in a different way. Hers is more army helping and unit specific. The other one we'll talk about later is very much more offensive minded. But yeah, so that's Bo. As you can see, she has slots here. Very, very good leader. Our other
And
leader,
she's the cheapest. Oh, Ursa's a little
no,
cheaper
Ursa's
actually.
very
She's
cheap.
she's pretty cheap.
Yeah, she's cheap because Gar is 5 points more. Gar got a little upgrade, and what means that really it's just the new wording for victory or death, and then he got his guns
Right.
built in.
He's got his rifle built in, which is
And he
really
has advanced targeting, troop of
and
one.
advanced targeting is really going to be helpful.
Jump two, allies convenience, compel, impervious.
Marksman, he's got
I
marksman,
like
which is
compel.
really good.
Yeah. And then his gun profiles. He's got the pistols, which is 4 dice, and then you have a sniper, which is 3 built in. And it has lethal 2 now.
Yeah,
So that means you can pierce those little impervious little buggers.
that's really cool, and I think that's like the first lethal two we've ever seen, right? I don't think
I
there's
feel like there's
anything
one
else
more,
that
but
had.
maybe not. I have to look. You got me thinking now.
I don't recall anybody else with more
And
than one lethal.
his dark saber is the one I would argue is close to or as good as Bo's because I'll let you read his dark saber off.
Yeah, so it's just for this version of Gar,
Yeah, head of clan sec.
and this unit gains charge, which is speed 3, jump 2, charge.
Only dark saber with charge built into it.
Demoralize 2, which means he doesn't have to worry about getting standby trapped, and immune pierce. And then this upgrade cannot be included in an army that contains clan run.
Yeah, so if you're mixing matching, I guess he just kind of
Right.
doesn't like him.
But it's five black, impact 1, pierce 1. It's the same as the other, but giving him charge on a speed 3
Yep.
unit is just going to make him really
I'm pretty sure all the sabers except for Maul's dark saber, he's got the best one, is all the same 5 black pierce
right.
one.
Five
They
back,
just have different top parts.
right.
But yes, the
But yeah,
charge on a speed 3 every
charge
turn.
charge and demoralize 2, I think, are really good.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And I
So
know some people I always chat with people in our Discord and in the big Discord, they were arguing that, you can do that with Bo with her one card, give her charge or with the I mean you can, but he just has it built in.
yeah,
It's
just all
not
the
card
time.
dependent. So that makes it really good. So I'm not saying it's better than Bo. You can make an argument that it is equal to,
Right.
but offensively, I think it's better.
Yeah.
Just for
He's
the
he's
demoralize two in the charge.
he's going to be booking it across and doing plus his built-in sniper. So
I want to
like,
point out too, if you move into let's say you're at range 2 of a Jedi and you go first. Move into range 1 of that Jedi. Demoralize 2 of it because it was already there. Whipcord that Jedi. Now it has 4 immobilized tokens. I don't think it's coming to charge you that turn, and you can
Mhm.
shoot something else.
Yeah,
So you can play with it that
yeah,
way too. You can really
he's
pin stuff.
got a lot of ability to do stuff with the tools that he's got. He's going to be very offensive this version of Gar,
Yeah, because
which
they
is
they
cool
all
because
have access to
yeah,
the.
the new shield,
These are the generic ones, and then the commanders get the what is it? The personal combat shield.
personal combat.
So
Yes.
they changed all these as well.
And this one is very similar to Gar's original shield, where it's got recharge, so if you recover, you get it back. But it also has the
Yeah.
if it was flipped at the start of your turn, you can flip it back.
Yep.
So it's really
A little
cool.
better.
Got that re
Keep in mind there are pips down here. Like even with the regular shields, there's this one doesn't have the pips, but like the personal combat has 2, so 2
right.
max in army. Whipcord launcher has 2, which is very good. You can now give it to everyone. This is what I was talking about. It gives
Yeah.
you 2 immobilize and 2 suppression tokens. So I said you get suppression tokens. With the demoralize, you'd have
Right.
4 suppression, 2 immobilize. I said that wrong, but you could easily panic someone and pin them pretty easily, right?
Right.
Unless they're a speed 3 unit, I guess. That's
Yeah.
about it. But yeah, that's really helpful. And then the other thing that they changed to like just generic for everybody is the flamethrower one, which is right there. It's another 2
Yeah.
pip, so you only have 2 of those. And then the what am I blanking on? The jetpack rockets.
Correct.
They also are limited to, but now instead of each person firing one, so let's say you're this happened to me all the time. My clan Ren unit's down to one. Oh man, I don't want to shoot a one rocket. It
Well,
would still be four
it's still
black, anti-material
right.
four, impact four.
And it's always four for that one unit. So
Yep.
the rest of your unit is going to be able to throw their regular gun, and then one person throws the jetpack rocket.
Yeah, so if you have units with the carbine, or you have like the warrior support one, they have range three. So you could, if you're at range three, you can throw this with those.
Right.
Or if you're bast, if you're at range four, you have the sniper heavy, you can do the sniper with this too. So there's
Yeah.
cool combos there.
And then we didn't show Gar's the ability, the
Oh, victory or death. I'm so
victory or
sorry.
death,
It's
indeed.
very play off of his thing. Go ahead.
Yep. So when an allied unit with victory or death keyword suffers one or more wounds from an enemy attack, after the attack is resolved, the allied unit may gain one suppression token. If it does, it may gain one aim or one dodge token, which is it's a cool ability to, when you suffer those one or two wounds and your unit is still kicking, if they've gone, you get a dodge. If they
Yeah,
haven't gone yet, you might want to take an aim, depending on where you
I
are.
think this one might be the worst. None of them are bad, just to be
Right.
clear, but I think it's the worst of the built-in keywords, and we'll show you why. But I think
It does suck because you
you
have
have
to
to have
be
wounds
weakened
to get a token, where
to
the other
get a
one just
token.
get tokens.
Yeah, it definitely makes Bo's ability seem a lot better because they
Yeah,
just get a free.
when you have to spend
Yeah,
something,
you
but
have to
yeah,
spend a
but
token,
still,
but
you don't gotta take a wound.
you just have to you're still alive.
The armor. This is the only native, I'm pretty sure I'm right in that, 6 health Mandalorian without a Grogu or something. She's also only speed 2, but she has 6 health, 3 courage. She's only speed 2 though. Surge to block, and she's got jump 2, aid, the Children of the Watch, charge, impervious, reliable 1, and this is the way, move 1, or recover 2. What is this is the way? Well, this is the way is when an allied unit with this is the way keyword issues an order, choose up to X other allied Children of the Watch units within range 2. Each chosen unit performs the action listed by the unit that has issued the order. This is the way keyword as a free action. So in other words, she can move up, or when she procs this, when she's issuing an order, she can make someone else do move ups with 1, which is huge to me. Or if they're pinned because they have like 4 suppression or whatever they get, they can recover.
Yeah,
It's really nice. So I like this is the way. I think it's going to be a really fun one. She has a great melee. It's 6 dice, pierce 1, impact 2, critical 1. It's very similar to I think I'm blanking on the Pierce one's the only weaker part about it, but
yeah. Critical one and reliable one with the she surges to defense already, so you're only ever going to be using the reliable one. So she almost surges to hit, and when you're rolling three black, three white, or three black, three red, you're probably hitting a good amount, especially with the surges. So
yeah.
I think she's going to be fairly solid.
The one thing I forgot to talk about, and that's shame on me, is they also come with command cards. So like the armorer has this is the one I like a lot. This is at the end of the it's pretty much Vader minus the dodges, right? It is. At the end of the armorer's first activation, she may suffer a wound. If she does, she shuffles it back in, and then during her second activation, she only gets 1 action.
Right.
It's exactly the same as Vader, just take away the dodges.
Right.
And then she has Out of the Shadows, which is for any of the Children of the Watch, not just her.
Right.
This round, each time an ally Children of the Watch makes an attack against a unit that's a face-up order token, it resolves. You put it back in to gain a suppression. But she has a sub effect that 2 Children of the Watch gets infiltrate. So you can give Din infiltrate, which is really cool.
That is really
I think
cool.
it's really good. And then the other armor specific one is Divulge Sep. You get to choose one of the effects. 2 allied people get cash 1 aim, or they get cash dodge for this game. And then when an issue is ordered with this card, it may make a free recover. So pretty solid cards for her.
I think that's really good, especially because the Children of the Watch are focused a lot more on the
Initiate.
initiates,
Yeah.
and the initiates could be suppressed easier because they're courage one, right? Or are they courage two?
The Courage 1, I believe.
Yeah.
We'll pull them up here in a second. I like the Din and Grogu. I just now noticed that their reflection is in the
Reflected in the
armor.
armor. That's really cool.
It's pretty cool. I'm gonna go back a little bit because we didn't talk about Gar. Gar's,
Those are his regular
I'll
cards
say,
from last time.
nothing new for
Because
these
he does get
three, but
one. He gets one new three pip.
yep,
So death before
cool
defeat.
art.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's three of the Death Watch units. Is that what it's called?
Gar's Clan Saxon.
Clan Saxon units. When a unit is issued an order with this card, it gains one aim token or one surge token. This round, when a Clan Saxon unit makes a melee attack, the attack pool gains ram one,
That's pretty good.
which is awesome.
Also, which I'm pretty sure they meant to do this. We'll go over them in a second. Their special forces got an upgrade over the Shao Collective one.
Hmm.
But in the document, it tells you to remove like the Rebel, Clan Ren veterans and stuff. It did not tell you to remove the Shao Collective
Right.
Mando. So I think they're going to be different
I think the
profiles.
Shadow Collective Super Commandos are different than the.
And they're better
Yes.
in this army. So we'll go over that in a second. But yeah, that's those two. We'll go back to Bo for 2 seconds to go over her command cards because gotta go over the command cards. She has some really good ones too. This is one of my favorites because she's gonna get she gets to make a recover action, but the biggest thing for me is she gets Barrage and Relentless this round. Additionally, Kreese is engaged this round. Her weapon gains Pierce 1, so now she can just go ham. And if she's already meleeing, she's
Right.
now Pierce 2 with her Darksaber, which means she's piercing the impervious people, which is really nice.
And if she's engaged with two different units, she gets to use Barrage to swing a Pierce 2 Dark Saber twice,
Pretty fun, right?
which can be real solid.
I mean, you can barrage the same unit, can't you?
You can.
Yeah, so swing away twice. And then you got close formation. This is just Clan Kreese card, but still her. This round, when an allied Kreese unit is within one of another Kreese unit, this unit gains precise one and out maneuver. Very solid with the way they share tokens.
Hmm.
And then her last one is the 3-pip. When a unit is issued with this order, it may remove one suppression token. This round, when a Clan Kreese unit has a face-up order and makes an attack action during its activation after the effect resolve, it can make a speed 1 move. I think free movement's always huge in this game.
It is very big.
You're moving big. So that gets us back caught up to all the goodies. The last leader we have to talk about is Ursa, which is by far the cheapest. She's 75.
75 is a
The
lot.
next closest cheaper is 90 for the build your own, but that's before you add all
Yeah.
this stuff. We don't know what that is. So she's going to be the
Yeah.
cheapest by far. And probably should be with her, like, she's 2 reds, 2 blacks, melee to 2. It's nothing crazy, but she's still your speed 3, normal surging. So I think she's solid for her points. She's like, what, a couple points around Leia, but she does a lot more. She
I
doesn't have
mean,
exemplar and she doesn't give dodges, but she gives bolster 2, which is huge when you have initiations to warriors as your cores that don't
right.
surge
Don't
defensively.
search defensively.
So she's the only one who can give them surges.
Hmm.
She also has jump 2. She also is entouraging Clan Ren veterans, which is the first time I believe, unless I'm crazy here, the Rebel army, because she's a mercenary of the Rebels, will have access to entourage,
That is very
which is
much
fun
true.
because I've
Yeah.
always been jealous of the Empire for that. And then Impervious, she's Inspire 1, so she'll give you that. She's got Nimble, and then she's got the Clan Ren keyword, We Fight for Our Family, which is another token sharing one. This is the one that says when a unit with the Fight for Our Family keyword makes an attack, after the effect resolve, you choose another allied unit with We Fight for Our Family within 2. The chosen unit gains a dodge token. So every time you attack, someone at range 2 gets a free dodge. And they're all nimbly. Like looks the at least the name people
Right.
and the
Yeah.
veterans are all nimbly. So that's really nice to feed that across each other.
Yeah. They're going to be.
And they can be guarding off each other,
Yeah.
keep in mind too. So I
They're
think
going
they're
to
going to be
very
very
hard to
defensive.
kill. Yeah.
So, and then she, of course, has command cards as well. She does not have access to Darksaber for a reason because she never wielded it.
Correct.
So Ursa's 1-pip's interesting. Allied commanders and operatives gain Guardian 1 until the end of the round. Additionally, when Ren units use Guardian X after this round is resolved, or after the effect is resolved, choose an allied Ren unit within one of that unit that gains an aim. So they're giving the commanders and operatives one more Guardian on top of their ability if you're in the full clan Ren
Right, if
army,
you're
because they already
playing
have that
hand-to-hand,
from that
right.
faction. But you're going to get some free tokens out of it. For a 1-pip, I don't know if it's the best 1-pip, but it's interesting.
But I think this one is a little bit better when you're bringing her just as the mercenary in a rebel troop army, because if you're bringing her, you're probably bringing at least one unit of Clan Run veterans then, so that she and those veterans can play with each other to boost their output.
Yeah, that's true. I think you're right a little bit, but the only thing is you have a lot less
I
Guardian
mean, you
going
have a
around,
lot,
so you're not going to proc this but what once.
yeah, you have a lot less, but at the same time, it could be an effective way to save some
It's
damage and
bad.
then do some other
It's
stuff.
not the
But
greatest 1-pip I've seen. 3-pip is not bad though. This is when you issue an order with this card, the unit gains an aim or a dodge. This round, an allied Ren spends 1 aim or dodge tokens after effect resolve. You choose another Ren unit within 2. They gain the same type. So I think the 3-pip is very good. You're just
yeah,
passing tokens on top
yeah.
of their normal ability.
Are you nimble and do you want more dodges? Because we've got them for you.
Yeah, so I think for 75, she's very solid. I don't even think you need to add anything to her.
I don't get where they got 75 from. Like, I know she's not crazy, but that's cheap.
She's the least offensive one. It's the only thing I can think of. But like, yeah, she's really cheap. So that's nice. So that's the end of the commanders. And then we have Axe Wolves here, who is going to be a solid option to go with Bow. He's got the mercenary keywords as well. Jump 2, charge, coordinates, Ren unit. Impervious, he is a stronger together, and tactical. His attack is 2 red, 2 white. Not the best attack, not the worst attack. The white's kind of hurt, but he does surge to hit, and your usual stat line from there.
Right.
He has nothing exclusive access, but he does have the flamethrower, the shields, the jetpacks, all that fun stuff if he wants to equip it.
He's another person that I think you're not going to probably load out to do much, but he's got,
He
easily
has
90 points.
Yeah, he has no command card, but he has access to
Right.
this one because it's generic for that faction. But yeah, for 90 points, not bad at all.
Yeah.
I think he does his job well. And then our next operative we'll talk about is Din because he'll be the easiest to talk about. Din hasn't changed. Din is Din. The only thing that has changed with Din, which is really handy, is for some reason 5 points cheaper than the Beskar Spear. I don't know why.
It's
Because
interesting
it's
'cause-
built-in immune pierce. It's 5 black, impact 1, pierce 1. So he doesn't get charge or any of the keywords. But if you look at the spear was 15 points for only 3 dice with duelist. So you had to spend a token to get the pierce or to get the immune pierce.
right.
This is 5 dice with a built-in impact, built-in pierce, and built-in immune pierce for 5 points
I,
cheaper. So I don't know why you ever bring the spear again.
I don't. Unless you're putting, if you're putting your dark saber on bow, if you bring in him, or
I
that's
guess.
that's the only time I feel like you wouldn't do it. But
That's all that changed with him. Obviously, he has access to the generic card for the Children of the Watch, but he
right,
gets nothing new. He's got Grogu still. Nothing new there, but got a cool new mini in that
yeah,
box. The Hunter, we don't know anything about besides in our interview with them back at
right,
Adepticon, they did mention they have a doctrine that gives them bounty hunter, so they can be a bounty hunter for any faction, which is
yeah.
really cool.
That's gonna be really neat.
Paz is kind of a really cool one.
Paz is. I don't often play good guys, but oh man, I love me some Paz.
He's so chunky too.
He is
So he's
he's
jump two.
beastly.
He's got the field commander, which I don't think you're going to use much at all, but
No.
it's there if you need it. Impervious steady is what I love on him because he has steady with 6 dice, range 3, overwhelm gun, which is always great to see. And he's got this is the way aim too. And to remind people what this is the way again is when this allied unit with this is the way is issued an order. I keep moving it. You choose up to X other allied units within 2, and they get it. So you get to choose 2 units to get aims just for giving him an order, and now he can just steadily move through the field shooting his loveliness.
So maybe that's why field commander is okay because if armorer is dead, you can field commander and Paz can be the person issuing orders to trigger this is the way.
That's not field commander, but that's okay.
Oh,
Field commander, for those who don't know, is during army building is when it comes into play.
oh,
An army that includes the field commander, you can ignore it. So you just don't have to bring the armor if you bring him. So you could, in other words, you can bring him and put the armor in a personnel or don't bring her at all. It's an option. I'm not saying it's bad because people might not want the armor since she's melee only, no gun. I just think field commander is one of my least favorite
but
keywords.
the bottom part is you can nominate him as the commander for generic cards.
Sure. Um, talk about that later.
It
And then the other cool thing about him, my favorite thing about him, is his cards kind of wild.
is really cool.
So I'll let you read this one.
So go, go. There are too many. Permanent. This card may only be selected if Paz Vizsla is within two of two or more enemy units.
It's permanent. So keep in mind,
It's
once it
permanent.
procs,
Yeah,
this is it
this
for the
is it.
game.
Paz changes his courage to infinite and gains one standby token. He gains stationary,
Can't
so
move.
he's not going anywhere anymore. And his weapon gains versatile, so he can shoot out of being in melee. Additionally, when he spends a standby token, after the effect is resolved, he may suffer one wound. If he does, he gains an additional standby token. It's like old school Pelp Light. So he turns himself into a turret and he can take wounds to just keep on shooting.
And if you don't want to, the next round he can just shoot or stand by because you can't strip a standby. He's unlimited courage, so he can shoot what he wants.
Right.
It's just he's got some interesting plays.
It's gonna be just he's just holding the line, just standing there shooting
Yeah.
until his gun melts. And I think that's super fun.
And then of course he has access to the generic one, but pretty cool. But honestly, we have Rook next to 85, which is the cheapest operative in the bunch.
Yeah, she earns her cheapness, but she's pretty solid.
I think so. She's got Coordinate, Saxon Impervious, Retinue, the Saxon Commander,
That's
Target
kind of
1,
helpful.
and Victory or Death again, which we talked about earlier.
Retinue commander and target one means she'll either have two aims or an aim or a dodge, which is
The
cool.
most interesting to me is she's 5 points cheaper than Axe. Axe surges to hit, she surges to crit. Axe has 2 reds, 2 whites. She has 2 reds, 2 blacks, and she has Overwhelm.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure why she has the retinue. I don't know why she's cheaper than Axe.
I
On
mean,
paper she seems better than
I feel
Axe.
like maybe it's just because
The
the
keyword.
keyword is better than
That's the only thing
victory
I
or
can think of
death.
too. But yeah, no, I think she's gonna be solid with all those keywords. And then
Yeah.
I don't think she gets one card right. Yeah, one card. Here it
Mhm.
is. Because I think Axe is the only one who doesn't get a specific card.
Yeah, so she has Vengeful Strike. It's just her and one other unit. At the start of the next activation phase, choose another Clan Saxon unit within two of Rookcast. If able, Rookcast and the chosen unit each gain one standby token. This round, when Rookcast or the chosen unit spends or removes one or more standby tokens, they gain one aim or one dodge
I like
token.
the end wording because if someone shoots it off and it's removed, it's not lost. You still get an aim or dodge from it at least, versus just getting nothing. So that's a little something.
But it's interesting that it's the next activation phase.
At the start of the next activation phase,
It's
choose
not
another.
this activation phase. It's the next one. Am I reading that wrong?
I don't know. I guess
Maybe it's just a timing thing. I don't know. We'll have to investigate that. I just read that portion and
yeah,
piqued my own
that's interesting.
curiosity.
Now this is my favorite because they took Sabine. They're like, you know what? Let's make her better.
They did.
Unfortunately, she is locked into the battle force. She's not replacing the rebel one.
Yeah.
Jump 2, Gunslinger, Impervious, Nimble. So far looks the same, right? We fight for our family. Great ability for her to have. What's different? Well, this gun right here. She's now melee to 2, two red, two blacks, not a rainbow. She's got four dice, four really good dice, surgeon to crit, and it gains blast and overwhelm.
It's so
So
crazy,
range two,
man.
just ignoring all cover, gunslinging. So she's shooting eight dice whenever she wants with speed three for the most part.
Right.
And on top of that, what makes it even better is like, well, Joe, maybe she can't get to two units early because she doesn't have steady or a char or anything like that. Well, they gave her a really good two pip to beat her old two pip. So the top is what's new. Sabine gains steady this round. This round, Sabine gains the following free action. So she still gets her graffiti token, which was her
Right.
old two,
Right.
which you can see it's she still has access to it, but all that does is the top part, right?
Right.
Except for the recover part, you don't get that. But now she still gets her graffiti token, but she also gets steady this round. So now you can use it when she's moving up. She can do that easily, easily get those off.
And the fact that it's blast is crazy, and then also overwhelm is it's just a lot.
Yeah, and I just really like her weapon there. I don't think you her dark saber hasn't changed. It's only five. It's the cheapest, but
Right.
all it does is give her dauntless besides normal attack. But it only gives you one more dice versus gunslinging with her four dice blast overwhelm. I think is the better option there,
I think you're right.
especially the way how the army works and they can share tokens depending on their abilities and such. I really like this Sabine. Her gun alone makes her better on top of that we fight for our family.
Yeah,
So
I'm unfortunately going to be playing against the Savine a lot. I feel
yeah,
like,
that's what
and
I thought.
I'm
I mean I just
enjoying
painted
it.
her out too, so she's ready to rock.
Yep, yep. It's unfortunate.
So yeah, that's Sabine. And then we'll just touch briefly. I know these aren't new, but the initiates are courage one. That's what I thought. The
Yep.
initiates are courage one, and the warriors are the courage two. But the initiates are your cheapest at 56. They have one black in melee, one black range two long shotgun, no keywords whatsoever. Surging to hit though, at least.
Right.
Speed two, no surging to crit, no jump, no nothing. Like I said, the cheapest possible unit there.
And
But
then you have
they
to
have
equip their
they have access to the squad, which will add
right.
four more. So they will be up to a total of nine because they're five base. You have nine, which is really cool. They're the only ones who can do that. And you do have to include one of the things we talked about. So like
Right.
children, champions of the watch, children of the watch, clan crees, just gives them the keyword, right?
Yeah.
It's all free. You're just picking which one to give them
Right.
to. So
So that's nice.
yeah, so that's what you want to give to them there. And then they have access to their heavies. So they have two heavy options. They have the micro grenade launcher, which is a cycle, which also makes that recover two better because she can recover it for you.
Yep.
It's two white, one black, range one to two, blast, impact one. I think it's a decent blast gun. The cycling's not great, but if you have armor and she's giving free recovers, it's not
Right.
bad at all.
And I
And it's
mean,
only 22 points.
right. And
It's the cheapest
you're
extra.
also going to throw the rest of the unit now with blast.
Yep.
So
And then the other one, which I think is going to be the better option overall, is the range three overwhelm. Maybe maybe I'm wrong here, but I just really like the three black dice. I like that it doesn't tap. I like that if you have an aim, you can use it to give extra suppression out there. Always a good thing. Now the Warriors are just better in every way.
yep.
You're paying eight more points for them, but they get jump two, they get duelist, they get impervious, they get that courage bump to two, and they get a white dice in melee on top of that black. The gun itself is the same.
Right.
So they get a nice upgrade for 8 points. You're getting jump two, you're getting duelist, you're getting impervious, and you're getting a courage increase. And you're getting one more white dice in
Right.
melee. So I think they're very much worth their eight
Yeah.
points.
With surging to hit, it's not
Yep.
bad offensive.
They have the same two heavies. Obviously, depending what faction you go, you have lots of different personnel you can equip to there.
Right.
They can also put the carbine in there for 5 points if you want to. It's for the warriors only, which gives them that range three gun. So if you don't want to spend, if you don't have an aim or you don't want to spend the aim every round to shoot this at range three, you can just pay 5 points and bring it. And that's what the one billable army lets you do for two of them, get you that
Right.
free, which is really nice.
But they also unlock your ability to bring the support
Yes.
unit, which is the Mandalorian Warriors fire support. Therefore, four minis jump to detachment for the Mandalorian Warriors. They're a heavy weapon team. So the heavy is the unit leader, impervious, and sharpshooter one.
So yeah, so for 55 points, which is crazy because they're what 1 point cheaper than the initiates.
Right,
They have another courage. They get that extra white dice in melee. They now have a range three built in. It's not a range two long shot.
right,
They have sharpshooter, impervious, and jump two.
right,
Very good. You just have to bring a warrior to get them. Very good. And they also get access to a new heavy that no one else got access to yet, which is sniper, the most expensive one.
right,
It's only two dice, but you get lethal in there. So against non-impervious things, it's a good option to have, and it's a range four gun. So you can pair that with your jetpack rockets and have a nice long range attack if you need to.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many people take that as your
It's
option.
very expensive. It can
It is
only go on the
expensive.
special forces and the support manuals.
So,
But yeah, that's the initiates, and then each army, of course, has its own. The veterans got a rebrand or for Clan Ren, excuse me. They have now they're mercenary rebels. This is an error. There's actually four in there.
mhm.
I don't think he's updated this yet, and
Yeah.
they're going to be the 92 got upgraded, so he just has to change the picture. So 92 is what they're 70 something when they first showed it three,
Right.
but they did announce AMG like, hey, it's supposed to be four, it's supposed to be 92. So there's four in there, which is an upgrade. They have jump two, dauntless built in, which is an upgrade, impervious, nimble, and then we fight for our family. Other big changes is melee to two, one red, one white. So about the same as two blacks, but the bigger
Right.
thing is they have that black built in range three now,
Right.
which is huge for me.
That
And
is.
they have access to all the other heavies. So like if we equip them real quick here, I'll show you. They can bring any of the heavies. All three of them, including their exclusive heavy, which is the duelist, which I
Right.
always hated because there was no way to charge, except for now you can
It,
tap it
it's
to charge.
charged. And I
And
think the dice
they,
is wrong. Yep.
yes, they did say it's supposed to be two red. So that was another thing they fixed. The card hasn't been fixed yet, but so for two red, Pierce one for 30 with the charge now
The
in
charge
the
is big.
veterans with Dauntless, I think is huge on them. I think that makes them much better
Yeah.
because that means if you have all four alive, you're going to be throwing what, six reds, four whites
Surge to hit.
with Pierce one.
Pierce one.
That's the.
That's pretty solid. At speed three.
Also, if you want to get crazy at the point, you can put a person on him. You can give him Tristan too, so
Yeah.
he would get precise two as well.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Clan Crease veterans are by far the most expensive. They're 120. They get five though versus four, so they get an extra body over the Clan
Yep.
Red. They're mercenaries in Rebel and Republic. Jump to impervious. They have their strong together and tactical. Same exact weapon profiles.
Hmm.
So the biggest thing that's different than them is they have the tactical built-in keyword and then their ability, right? Other than that,
Right.
and they have that fifth person instead of four. Same heavies options. They don't get an
But
exclusive
you can
one.
build them out into a 7-man Mandalorian unit that's
Yeah,
certain
let's
to
say you want to
defend.
give them the repeater, and then you also want to give them, you have a choice of Axe, Bow, or Tristan, because Tristan can go in any of them. He just plays with all the armies.
Yeah.
But you got Bow in there, who can help in tap get charge. You have Axe in there, who gives you independent aim or dodge, and infiltrate, which is really cool, to be honest.
That is really cool.
So you have some play with them for sure. And then Super Commandos got a little bit of upgrade too. They now surge to hit,
They now surge to hit, which is amazing.
and then they're red white melee again. They all have the same, all the special forces,
Yeah,
same weapon profile.
and they're also a 4-man unit
They get
instead of the
defend
three, and
one,
defend one,
and then
which is
victory or
really
death.
good. I mean, they had defend one before.
That's true. The victory, death, and the
And
and the surge
yeah,
to hit are the big
the
things,
surge to hit is
and the dice.
huge.
But yeah, but now they also have, I believe. Let me make sure I'm not crazy. I think they have access to all the heavies on top of their own heavies, don't they?
Correct. Yep.
Yes. So they're exclusive for their marksman that they've always had, and their gunslinger they've always had for 30. But if you want cheaper ones, for 28 points you can get the Shakur repeater, or for
Right.
22 points you can get the blast one. So they have some cool
It's weird to
options.
me that the blast one is cheaper. I mean, it's
It's
less.
cycle and it's
It's a,
range two.
you can also, I believe, we have command or
You do.
crew options,
You have three. Tristan is again here
which is
because he
weird.
can go. Tristan can only go in these two, so he shouldn't have popped up for the
Yeah.
Catan one. Well, no, some of the things at tabletop he's still fixing because he just got this, but so just those two. But you have Gar, which is one of the more expensive ones at 45, but he gets his sniper rifle built in there and Compel, which is pretty good. But for 45, woof.
That's steep.
Rook, on the other hand, is only 25. Just retinue leader, but for 25, you're getting another body and you're getting retinue, which is
I
huge.
was gonna say 25 for another body and a free token every round is pretty solid.
Yeah, no, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, so that's all of the people and the abilities, unless I miss somebody, because we don't know the hunter or the build your own.
Right.
But which one am I looking forward to most? Oof, that's a tough question. It's either going to be Ren or Kreese, to be honest.
I mean,
I think it's Ren by
I
just a hair.
I think it's the Sabine.
It's
Like
the
if it
Sabine.
wasn't if
Mhm.
the Sabine with that stupid gun wasn't that
It
amazing.
doesn't help that Sabine's one of my top favorite Star Wars characters. But
Huge fan.
yes, I wish she could go in the Rebels. But if I'm gonna go, what has more new things and what's exciting? Bo and her Kreese look very elite. They remind me they're like the Republic of the already expensive army. You want to take the most expensive army and make it more expensive, but even better.
Right.
Here's Clan Kreese. You got to be really careful because activation is going to be a thing for them. They have to make sure they have
It is
enough,
going to be interesting to see how
and
you
their attrition is
fill
going to
them.
hurt them. And on the other hand, you have Clan Ren, which I'd argue is one of the cheaper ones because they get Ursa at 75 for their leader,
Right.
and they get Silver Initiates. But the
And
cheapest,
Sabine's not super expensive either.
she's not crazy. No, she's 110. She's not
Right.
cheap, but she's not crazy. Din's cheaper than her. Axe is cheaper than her. Rook's cheaper than her. So
But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I actually I'm looking forward to Children of the Watch too.
yeah,
As you know, just
just passed.
I just like Paz. I like Din. I like the Armorer. I think they're going to be fun. I of course love me some bad guys, so I will be. I think my first Mandalorians are going to be primarily some Saxon based ones. I think Gar with that dark saber, it's just going to be so fun to be like, bye guys. I'm just going to blast on in at my
Yeah,
speed 3 charge and see what I can't do to dominate some people. So I'm looking forward to a lot of this. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. I think it's the struggle is going to be like how many? I gotta buy 20 boxes to build all of these in different ways and paint them all. So,
To answer questions that we've got that we're going to tell you the best that I know the answers of, which is probably not much than what people know the answer. But initiates don't have jetpacks when you're building them, and they don't have the helmet with the little Clan Kreese symbols in
right,
there. You get two helmet options from what I see from the sprue pictures that have been shared publicly. That's the difference. The Warriors, now you add the jetpack, right? They have the jetpack, they're going to go
right,
zooming away. And then the veterans, they don't have any of the Clan Kreese veterans that can be built from the same box. They don't have the little cape garbs
right.
things, and they also have like it looks like the clean kind of armor with none of the cloth.
Yeah.
They have the carbine guns versus the range two guns,
Hmm.
and they'll have the jetpack. So that's how you distinguish the three from what I've seen from the
Yeah.
pictures.
It's gonna be interesting to build those for sure and to make sure you're doing it right. So we will put out a video when we can
Yeah.
to show you what we did and it'll be good.
Yeah, so that's the biggest difference with those boxes. So buying the army box, which is your best value by far, because I think the warrior box is gonna be $62 by itself. So if you're buying the Mandalorian army box, you get din armor and 3 units for 130
Okay.
MSRP, which are already cheaper than buying three warrior boxes. You can build your initiates, your warriors, your warrior fire team, and your Clan Kreese veterans all from those same sprues, but you're only going to get cards for the initiates, the warriors, and the warriors fires team
Right.
because it's an army box meant for the children to watch. But the model is the same, and there's prints in place, so if you can still build Clan Kreese
Right.
up that way. So keep that in mind. Other than that, to my knowledge, and we'll see once we have the box and can show and stuff, the Warriors box is going to be the only place that that seems to be to have the printed cards for Clan Kreese.
Right.
I don't know that for a fact, but that's my assumption. What else? Anything else I'm missing here?
I think
I think
that's
it's
the big
Mandalorians.
ones.
Whew, it's going to be exciting time, guys.
We're stoked.
We're actually gonna be filming a proxy battle next, without the official minis. But I mean, I have Sabine and Ursa and stuff. Definitely not playing Clan or anything to start with
No,
there.
no, definitely not.
As a recon game, just to get one out there with the Mandos in there, and he'll be proxying some snakes on a plane.
Yep.
So with that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like some freebies, and you're like, Joe, you didn't talk about any freebies, make sure on YouTube you comment on this video, and you'll get entered into get all the cup giveaways, which is world stuff, some sealed boxes of product.
Right.
That's all I got to do. If you're listening on the podcast, thank you for listening on the podcast. Now just go comment on the video real quick, and you can enter that way.
There you go. That's all you need to do.
Till next time, thank you guys so much.
Bye.
Adios.